Hello, and welcome back to Clarity Clips, a video series where we discuss various financial topics to help you reach financial wellness. This month, we will be discussing America Saves Week and themes that promote and celebrate savings. America Saves Week began in 2007 as an annual celebration and call to action to everyday Americans to prioritize saving successfully. They partnered with thousands of organizations to promote their vision. The main pillars we will cover today include saving automation, saving for the unexpected, saving for major milestones, saving as it relates to debt, and the importance of saving at any age. Tip 1. Automating your savings. This is a common theme with saving, since oftentimes our biggest opponent can be ourselves. Instead of waiting until the end of the month and seeing what is left over to save, we should save automatically. That is part of the reason 401ks can be so successful, because money comes directly out of our paychecks before you use it. Automatic savings can work the same way. To take it the extra mile, if available, you could ask your company to send a percentage of your check directly to your savings account. Tip 2. Saving for the unexpected. Cash reserve, emergency fund, rainy day fund, sleep at night money, whatever you want to call it, saving for the unexpected is paramount for any individual or family. None of us has a crystal ball, so having 3 to 6 months of core expenses put aside can help put your mind at ease, knowing that if a rainy day does arrive, you have several months of runway to get back on your feet. If you'd like to find out where you should be on that 3 to 6 month scale for cash reserves, we invite you to set up a meeting with us via greenspringadvice.com. As a part of your benefits, this advice is free for you to access. Tip 3. Saving for major milestones. Another key factor in reaching financial wellness is saving for major milestones. This can include anything from a car purchase to a wedding to retiring. Even if the date and price of said goal is to be determined, we can assist you in formulating a plan to get you there. For example, John is hoping to buy a new car in the next 5 years or so, but he isn't sure when or for how much. We'll build goals tailored to your needs by asking important questions. Is he looking for new or used, car or truck? How much can he save monthly to reach this goal? By taking this information into account, we can estimate the overall price of the vehicle and how soon he could afford it. Building a financial plan can help you be prepared for life's major milestones. Tip 4. Paying down debt is saving. Many ask us about the merits of paying down debt. Everyone's situation is different, but there are very few situations where paying down debt isn't a good idea in some respect. A case where it may be wise to do so is as follows. Sarah lives in a dual income household, and they have 4 months of core expenses set aside as cash reserves. She expects a bonus at the end of the year and would like to pay down her high interest private student loans. In that case, it may be a wise move to pay down this debt with the extra funds received, since money is already set aside for emergencies. Tip 5. Saving is possible and important at any age. Saving where you can is always a good idea and can be pertinent at any age. For example, John, who just got his first job in his new career post-graduation, is looking to save. He still lives at home, so his cash savings amount to 8 months of core expenses. He looks to his 401k to begin saving for retirement. Since John started so young, his money will benefit from compound interest more than someone who started later. Essentially, his money is allowed to work for him longer. Thus, a bigger reward is left when it is all said and done. Sarah, on the other hand, has been retired for 7 years now, and now has to begin her required minimum distributions. These were more than she was taking previously, so she decides to save the difference in an individual brokerage account. These funds were later used for Sarah to pay for her long-term care needs. As I hope I have illustrated, saving at any age is important. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this edition of Clarity Clips. If you'd like more information on anything discussed in this video, or like assistance in creating and achieving your savings goals, please set up a one-on-one meeting at greenspringadvice.com.